जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय। जय राधा वल्लभ श्री राधे। जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा। जय प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव। नित गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित गौर हरि बोल। श्री श्री गौरीताय की, श्री श्री राधोल भगवान की, श्री 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 जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र महारानी की, शील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमंदे। Hare Krishna. So today is celebrated as Ugadi, especially in southern India. That's the name that is used. Ugadi, Yuga, time, Adi, beginning. So when Brahma started creating the universe and the living entity, that is the start of the day, that is called Ugadi. And also there are scriptures that talk about Ugadi also means beginning of Kali Yuga. Of course in Kali Yuga, so full of hypocrisy and so many faults, but still how to be happy. So one can be happy by becoming Sita-prajna. Sita-prajna. So what is Sita-prajna? In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, one who can consider sorrows and happiness equally. Sitosna sukha dukkada. So, for example, in Australia, sometimes you have extreme cold, extreme happiness. One who can treat it equally and be happy. Such a person called Sita-prajna. And how can you become Sita-prajna? So you can become Sita-prajna by following bhakti. What is their bhakti? By hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Sravanam. So therefore, this Sravanam of Bhagavad Gita, so it can make one Sita-prajna in spite of challenges one may face in the family life, in the society life, in the world, in wherever it is. So it is very nice. In fact, on Ugadi day, so for example, in Karnataka, so we eat what is called bevu and bella. Like bevu means this neem tree's leaf or a flower, and bella means this sweet. So you together eat. That means you experience both sorrows, difficulties, challenges, and also happiness, pleasures, and so on. Okay, so that is related to Ugadi. So there was a posting by Kulnadi Prabhu explaining why we need to take shelter of Supreme Lord in Kali Yuga to be happy through devotional service. So that today we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 9. As all of you know, this Canto 9 is called liberation. Those who want to achieve liberation in the material world, by reading this Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 9, and understanding various pastimes of devotees and Supreme Lord, and especially this canto has so many stories about people who were addicted to sense gratification, then later they become devotees. And what was the process? And this is so common in Kali Yuga. So Kali Yuga, most people seems to be interested in material enjoyment. Of course, either a limit to material enjoyment, and when is the limit reaches. And we have so many nice stories, including, for example, King Yayati. So he enjoyed so much with Urvasi, then later he became a devotee. So those can be inspiration for us. There are many others also. So when we go through this Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So that is why Prabhupada rightly given this title, liberation. How do we liberate ourselves from material attachment? Liberate means independent. We say liberation of this country, liberation from slavery, liberation from trouble. So that means we become independent, we detach from those so that we can attach to Krishna. So ultimately we have to attach to something, but if you attach to material senses, material happiness, material prestige, material position, material property and all, so that will only bind us and make one miserable day by day. But if you detached, then so it will liberate you, then attach to Krishna, because when you attach to Krishna, he is the source of all happiness, Sat Chit Ananda, unlimited. Okay, so hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, speaking about Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, chanting Lord's glory, these are all glorious activities, the foundation of Bhakti Yoga. As Prahlad Maharaj says, Sravanam, Kirtam, the first two ones are the foundation from which you can build the rest of those other processes, other methods of Bhakti Yoga. So we are particularly reading chapter 3, and that is the marriage of Sukanya and Chavana Muni. And especially today we are having given verse number 17. So we will read that verse. So it's a new year. Let me also, take Prabhupada garland. So put it, because this is not, I'm not putting first time. So Prabhupada already had it, and then anything that comes is a mercy from the Guru is the greatest mercy. Whether Guru puts it or somebody else puts it, or you put yourself, are equally same. This is transcendental. So there is a blessing that we can gain from Prabhupada. And once we have blessing from Param Guru, our Param Guru Prabhupada, obviously, so the blessing can give us whatever we desire. So desire can be, maybe I desired that I speak this nicely, so Prabhupada will bless. And you desire that you enjoy hearing the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Prabhupada will bless. So our desires will be fulfilled very easily. And today's verse, in particular, is about how even devatas can be pleased by a chaste woman. So devatas, we have many devatas. What to speak of Supreme Lord? What to speak of husband being pleased by chaste wife? But even the devatas, everyone get pleased. And this verse talks about that. So before we move on, let us invoke our spaciousness. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Suppose if you are seeking health and happiness, you can also say, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanavantre. Dhanavantre, the Lord of health. Actually, Dhanavantra is incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So there is the mantra, one chants, if you want to regain youthfulness. With the time, this Ugadi, once time starts, the effect of time will be felt on everybody. So in this story, the marriage of Sukanya and Chavamuni, you will see that even they also had effect, and then how they overcome by blessing from demigods. Okay, we are reading verse number 17. Let us read word by word, then the full verse. Darshayitva patim tasya pativartena toshitav rishim amantraya yayatuha vimanena trivistapam dashtitva patim tasya darshayitva patim tasya pativartena toshitavo rishim amantraya yayatur rishim amantraya yayatur vimanena trivistapam darshayitva patim tasya pativartena toshitavo rishim amantraya yayatur vimanena trivistapam darshayitva patim tasya pativartena toshitavo rishim amantraya yayatur vimanena trivistapam. Prabhu. Pativartena tosito Sima mantraya yayatur Vimanena tribisapam Word-to-word translation. Darshayitva, after sowing, Patim, her husband, Tasyaye, unto Sukanya, Prativartena, because of her strong faith in her husband, Tositava, being very pleased with her, Risim, unto Chavanya Muni, Amantraya, taking his permission, Yayatuha, they went away, Vimanena, taking their own aeroplane, Trivistapam, to the heavenly planets. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. The Ashwini Kumaras were very pleased to see Sukanya's chastity and faithfulness. Thus they showed her Chavana Muni, her husband, and after taking permission from him, they returned to the heavenly planets in their plane. Om Ajnana Trimindasya Jnananjala Salakaya Chaksurulatamena Tasme Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Ishtupadaya Krishna Padaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamini Namaste Saraswadevi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachata Deshatarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vanda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So this verse doesn't have a purport. So, but these Sanskrit verses, each of the words are very powerful. And when we meditate deeply on each of those words, that can lead to another purport. Each of these words, very powerful. That's what we will do today. Of course, to set the context, so here it says, Ashwini Kumaras are very pleased to see Sukanya's chastity and her faithfulness. And they showed her husband, Chavana Muni. Then after taking permission from that Muni, so they returned back to their heavenly planet in their own aeroplane. Okay, so Ashwini Kumaras are very pleased with her. Why were they pleased with her? If you go back to a few verses, previous verses of this chapter, and so those of you who are attending first time this discussion of this chapter, so just briefly, so says marriage of Sukanya and Chavana Muni. So here Sukanya, so she is a daughter of Sarayati. Sarayati was the Manu, a king. So once he went to Chavana Muni's ashram. So along with his army and also his daughter as well. So this daughter, Sukanya, was very beautiful. So called like a lotus eyed. Usually when we say lotus eyed, we also say Kamala Netrana, even so Lord Narayana, Lord Sri Krishna, we say Kamala Netrayana. So very beautiful lotus eyed. Similarly, so this Sukanya was very beautiful. So when they went to the ashram, Chavana Muni ashram, so there she saw, like an ant hill or a small hill, where there is a glowing light coming from two holes. So usually what does the kids do? They are very curious. And when they are curious, they want to see what it is, test. So they can take a small needle or a thorn, try to poke there, just to see what it is. It's a glowing, just insert some pin or a thorn into it. So that's what he has done, very common. So with curiosity. So suddenly the blood started coming out of that. So then of course her father, Sarayati, and the army, they were feeling inconvenience, difficulty. So they were trying to see what happened. There must be something, somebody has offended. So then she confesses that she has, unknowing, by ignorance, she has inserted thorn into that hose and the blood started coming in. So then they realize that, this is the offense. So likely that Chayavana Muni is inside. So that's why blood is coming out. Anyway, so he became very powerful because these Munis can, in anger, they can curse you very heavily. They curse you to become a stool or to become a worm in a stool. It can be cursed, they can curse anything. So we have many examples in the Bhagavatam where if you displease a Munis like Durvasa Muni who are already angry by nature, so if you displease them, they can give you a curse. So here he became fearful. So therefore he want to pacify the situation. So at that time the Muni asked, so he's saying that my daughter has done out of innocence, please forgive her. Then this Muni, the first question he asked, is she married? He didn't give any answer. He said, is she married? So this king understood. Maybe this Muni is interested in getting married. So therefore, to pacify the situation, he said, okay, so my daughter, this Sukanya, will marry you. So I'm giving her in charity. So she will marry you. She will be your wife, faithful wife. And one of the verses says that, so this Chaya Muni is very irritable. So that means serving such a husband is very difficult. However, the Sukanya has understood the mood of this Muni. Depending upon situation, she served him very faithfully, perfectly, so that so this Muni never became irritated. So this Muni has been there in that ashram for hundreds of years. It already became old, maybe around 70, 75 or 80 or 90. So he now got married, still irritable. So now the challenge for her is to serve him so nicely, so that he never become irritable. And serve faithfully. So pativartena, so very faithfully. So one day these Ashwini Kumaras also happened to visit the ashram. At that time this Muni thought, these Ashwini Kumaras are, who are these Ashwini Kumaras? So these are, the famous medical doctors from heavenly planets, physicians, Vaidyas. Usually you happen to have a very perfect, doctor, and if you have some physical difficulties, you can definitely ask them. So thank you for visiting. So I'm having this kind of pain. Can you please give me some solution? We do that. It's very common because especially when our mind is engrossed in that pain, so we can try to seek the help. So in this case, Chayavana Muni was old and he knew that the best way of pleasing a young woman is to, also become young and energetic person. So therefore he requested Ashwini Kumaras. Ashwini Kumaras, can you please help me to become young and energetic? And when I conduct yajna, I will make sure that you will get share of Somarasa. Now whenever you perform yajna, so that time you prepare various juices. And in heavenly planets, they prepare Somarasa. And when you drink this Somarasa, you become even more powerful. Maybe something like intoxication. So in the material world, when people organize festivals and functions, what do? They drink Victorian bitter, some wine, some other alcohol, all kinds of intoxication. So this is the celebration in the material world. Whereas in the heavenly planet also they have, so they may not have Victorian bitter, but they have their own bitter, that is Somarasa. So Somarasa when you drink, so they can become very rejuvenated. Of course there are classes. Who can get this Somarasa? Just because you are in heavenly planet, don't assume that you will get a Somarasa. You must be at least friend of Indra. Indra will get, obviously he is the king of heavenly planet. So whenever yajna is performed, he will also get some share. But there are personalities who won't get. Maybe their class is a bit lower, such as these Ashwini Kumaras. Ashwini Kumaras were not given, not eligible. So even though they were doctors there, so they were just treating everybody else, but they were not given this Somarasa. That is why the Chayamuni promises them that now I am going to benedict you, but before that you do something so that I become youthful. This is exchange, bartering, business deal. Correct? So whenever there is something, business deal. So you have come, I know that you are very powerful doctors, but however, in there they don't treat you well. During festival they don't give you anything, you simply have to serve and go home. This happens. Even 2 days ago in Brisbane, we went to conference. One of my students was a volunteer, and this fellow worked whole day to helping that conference running. Then they had a dinner party, the conference organized, and these people were responsible for letting who can get in. Those who have got a badge with with special sticker, and those people were allowed in, and the rest not allowed. And these gatekeepers were the responsible. Then I thought my student will have a dinner and come back, but instead he just came back without that. I said, why? They said, even though we did, only 6 of us were the volunteers, they asked us to leave. You see, this happens here, right here, only just 3 days ago. So same thing there also. So just because you are a gatekeeper, don't assume that you will be invited into the party. Just a gatekeeper. Can happen here also. Sometimes stand a gatekeeper, no prasada for you. Especially on a festival day, everything is taken, finished. By the time you finish your duty, come up, close, 7 o'clock, nothing left. Can happen. Of course, sometimes devotees can be nice, because they keep new plates. They keep some plates to take home, and they keep it on the window and go. They forget. At that time, you can royally go and take it. So you don't have to ask anybody's permission. So whenever you come to the temple, if you don't get prasada, but somebody has made a prasada and put it in a plate, either here or in the kitchen, just go there and take it. It belongs to you. It doesn't belong to them, because they just want to take home, and 90% of the time they don't take home. So we end up wasting prasada when there are deserving persons waiting for it. Correct? So be confident. So if you have the situation, don't be experience situation like the Ashwini Kumaras. So you are benedicted. Prabhupada benedicted you. Prabhupada said that we should make sure that who come to temple get prasada. Not just keeping and secretly keeping here and there and putting labels, and especially such persons, they go first and then they take all the best ones. And you can have best one if you take those plates that are just left over there. Okay, now coming here, of course he understood, Chavanmani knows, therefore the business deal was done. So what did these do, Ashwini Kumaras? They requested, okay, let us enter into this lake, and we come out. So this Chayavana Muni was very old. So they had to, suppose if you want to enter into Ganga river, or those of you who have visited Mahakumbha Mela. Anybody visited Mahakumbha Mela? Yes, so our Prabhu, Balagar Prabhu visited, and with him I also happened to visit. But there are a number of people came all the way from those who are just born babies to those who are about to leave the body. something like 90, 95. Such people came. So when they were very, very old, somebody is holding them and just taking them into Ganga or Yamuna river or the confluence, then making them dip and bring them out. Same thing Ashwini Kumars did. So they held his hand. Ashwini Kumar means twin brothers. Ashwini Kumars. Kumaras, Ashwini Kumaras. So these Ashwini Kumaras were sons of Surya Dev. Obviously, very effulgent personalities, powerful personalities. But they happened to become physicians. They hold his hand and take him into the lake and dipped him. When they come out, all three of them are looking exactly same. Effulgence, like sun, very beautifully dressed, with even kirita. Like that they come out, very beautiful and well dressed. When they come out, this wife Sukanya is still chanting on the, that shore of that lake. Then now she sees 3% exactly looking similar. Now she has to identify who is the husband. They are all looking exactly same. It can be very confusing. And immediately, you don't have much time. The Ashwini Kumaras, he came in their aeroplane. Whenever somebody comes in aeroplane, their own chartered aeroplane, they are going to leave soon. So she only has just a few minutes to decide. So therefore, instead of using her intelligence, she thought, better to ask these doctors, Ashwini Kumaras. 3 are there. Oh, Ashwini Kumaras, can you please tell me who is my husband? These Ashwini Kumaras are not Indra. If you ask the same question to Indra, can you please tell me who is my husband? What will Indra do? I am your husband? We have many stories. Correct? If Indra is very fascinated by some beautiful woman, even she is wife of a great Muni like Gautama Muni. We have stories in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, in the Mahabharata. So nice stories about this. So where Indra was fascinated by Ahalya. Ahalya was a very beautiful young girl. And obviously this Indra, whenever he sees some beautiful young girls with material consciousness, he wants to enjoy. Whether she is his wife or somebody's wife or Guru's wife or woman's wife. So intoxicated with that somarasa, drinking too much. So he even desired that. So we have very nicely explained. Once this Gautama Muni, who married this Ahalya, he went to a river. At that time, so Indra, disguised himself just to look like that Gautama Muni, and came back and so enjoyed with her. Then Gautama Muni, with his divinely vision, he can see what happened. So therefore he was cursed. Ahalya was cursed to become a stone, whereas this Indra was cursed to lose his all organs, sex organs, and so many troubles. So he became shameless. Then now meanwhile, his wife Ahalya requested, no, I'm innocent, I thought it was you, she requested. Therefore he said, no problem. When the Lord Rama appears, at that time, when he touches his lotus feet to that stone, he will be immersed back as Ahalya. Okay, so now you can see here Sukanya has requested Ashwini Kumaras. Ashwini Kumaras are doctors, and doctors have to work with high ethics. Even in material world here, doctors have very high standard. If they deviate little bit, they'll be deregistered. So doctors have to be careful with everybody, including their patients. So there are many rules. If you're a psychologist, you're seeing some woman helping them, they say, when they become your customers, so at least there should be 2-year gap between that visit, then no more customer, 2-year gap. After that, you may consider marrying them. But whereas here, Ashwini Kumaras are heavenly doctors, very strict ethics, very morality. So therefore, she trusted them and they requested them. So they said, okay, here is your husband. So that is what it says, the first word. Drashtaitva. So Drashtaitva, Ashwini Kumars have showed her. Drashtaitva. Drashta means after sowing. So they have sowed her. Here is your husband, Chayamni. Why did they sow? Because they are very pleased with her. And why they are pleased? So as it says, Toshatavo. Toshatavo means here being very pleased with her. Why are they pleased with her? Pativratena Toshatavo. So she is a Pativrata. So one who is very strong faith and chaste wife, fully serving husband with dedication, devoted wife, you can say, dharma patni. So because of that they were very pleased. You can see by having such qualities of pativrata, a chaste woman, so can please everybody. Obviously it will please the husband, definitely. Then it will not only please husband, devatas get pleased. You can see here, so Ashwini Kumars are pleased. Then Supreme Lord is automatically pleased. So they can achieve greater success. We have many examples of where they became successful. So in the history of this world, so we have many examples of such women who were pativrata, exalted in their quality. So next week, 7 days from today, we are going to celebrate Ramanavami. So obviously we will remember Mother Sita, consort of Lord Sri Ram, Mother Sita. So she is exemplary quality of pativrata. So when Lord Rama was exiled, so on the order of his father Dasaratha, so when he was about to leave the palace, so Sita Mata also changed her queen dress and put a simple dress and started ready to accompany her husband. So she was a princess, now became married to Lord Rama, and Lord Rama is going to Vanavasa, 14 years of Vanavasa. She also ready to go, even though Lord Rama told her, your feet are so soft, in the forest you can't really walk, you never used to, always you were in palace, never came out that much, so therefore you better be here. You don't have to, this is order only for me, not for you. So whereas wife says, wherever husband is, there I will go. Whether it is a hellish planet or heavenly planet or whatever may be the difficulty. So this is only possible if they were pativrata, fully devoted to her husband. So they don't think of their own happiness. They think of, okay, my husband is going to such a difficulty, so going to Vanavasa, so there who will serve him? He will come across so many situations, difficulties, so somebody he needs. So it is my duty as a wife to serve him. Therefore she also went. And of course we have seen many incidents there. One of them, even when the Ravana abducted her by cheating. So there in the Lanka, so Lord Rama doesn't know where she is. They took so much of time to search for her, where she is. And there this Ravana, he is trying to harass her and telling and promising her, if you agree to me, you don't have to suffer like this with this Rama. So you accept me as your wife, you will be a queen of Lanka and enjoying heavenly delights, heavenly pleasure. But she didn't accept. So that is the nature of pativrata. So she is fully faithful, 100%, or unlimited faithful, not just 100%, unlimited. There is no limit to the faith that they have in their husband. There is no limit to the devotion they have their husband. Only husband is their pati, their God. So that's why we say in Kannada, people sometimes say Patiye Paramatma. They consider Pati as equivalent to Paramatma or representative of Paramatma, representative of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So much of devotion. So you can see that's why we remember Sita Mata. So like that we have many other example. Dehahuti and Kardamamni example. In the Canto 6, very beautifully explained. So Dehahuti, the daughter of Swayambhu Manu, she was married to Kardamamani. She is a princess. Kardamuni is always doing tapas. So the princess got used to enjoying in the palace, whereas here Kardamuni, once you go to the ashram in the forest, so there is not much facility. And on top of it, you have to serve the husband. So she was a very dutiful wife. Dutiful. Not only beautiful, but also dutiful. She was beautiful. All these princesses are the most beautiful. So she started serving Kardamuni. And she offered Kardamuni, facilitated him so nicely that Kardamuni became he achieved higher success. He had darshan of Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord blessed him. She was very happy. So you can see Devavati also another example. So then of course we have many other examples like Aditi serving Kashyapa Muni. Then there are other stories like Nala Damayanti story. So then also there are others like Savitri, so who married so this Satyavan. So she also defeated defeated Yamaraj. So this Satyavan, when she was about to marry, at that time obviously we consulted some Rishimunis. The father of Savitri consulted Narada Muni. Narada Muni can see the past, present and the future. Just like Supreme Lord can see, similarly Narada Muni can see. Narada Muni said, oh, so this Satyavan can live maximum 1 year. That's all. But whereas here, Savitri decided to marry him, so even though such situation is foretold, that maximum 1 year he will live, so she still married the Satyavan who was living in a forest. Then 1 year came, their time passed, their pastime over. 1 year, Yamaraj came. Okay, so time up. So he took the Satyavan and trying to take him back to his planet. At that time, Savitri followed him, then had a lot of dialogue with this Yamaraj. Then at one point, Yamaraj gave up because he said, don't follow me. What do you want? Ultimately, if you married, you might want some son or a daughter. Okay, I will bless you that you will get a son. Okay, leave me alone. This is my duty. I have to take Satyavan. She says, okay, you are saying that you now bless me with a son that I will get. But how will I get a son unless I have a husband? You please give me my husband so that I can have a son. So this Yamaraj got impressed by her chastity, her dedication for her husband. So he released Satyavan. Satyavan can live another 99 years, enjoy more time. Yeah, so you can see this chastity is appreciated because this Yamaraj also promised her, if you want, I will give you another nice husband. He says, no, I don't want. I want this my husband only, so that I can have a child. So that is how she defeated in the dialogue, in the argument, in the conversation. So as a result, he was impressed, and you can see the chastity can win. And like this, we have so many, interesting stories in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, in Mahabharata, of course. So this Nala Damayanti, as I mentioned, this was very prominently. So here Prabhupada gives a very short. So this Damayanti was a princess, and she married another prince who was Nala. Then of course she was so beautiful. When her father has, organized Swayamvara, where the Damayanti can select husband herself. So there is no force, so she can choose. So because she was so beautiful, all the other kings who were married, and even the prince, and even the demigod like Indra, Varuna, Chandra, they also came. So they said, oh, here is a beautiful person, why don't we also, one of can marry. Even this Indra is very cunning fellow sometime. Today, right now, at the same time, there is retreat going on in one of the Vana. So Bhurijan Prabhu is talking about understanding Indra. I do not know which verse Maharaj is talking, but understanding Indra is very difficult. So this Indra also, what did he do? He has a mystic power. With mystic power, he transformed himself to look like this Nala. And obviously not only Indra, even other demigods like this moon, Chandra, Varuna, they also have mystic power. They are also no less. Even this moon is moon god. Chandra Deva also no less. That even he has eyed on his own guru's wife, Tara. Tara is the wife of Brahaspati. And he once abducted her also and made her pregnant and then produced one baby also called Buddha. Not the Lord Buddha, but another one. You will hear later that about this Buddha. And Buddha is the one who married Ila. In the first chapter we talked about this king Sudumna became woman. When this king Sudumna became woman, and at that time she was called Ila, so she was very beautiful. So he married her and produced Pururava. So later you will hear more about those. Anyway, you can see many demigods can, even though they are married, they have their grastha, they have family, still they desire others. So here, this Nala Damayanti was so much of, she already loved that Nala and she married him. So after marriage, what happened? She didn't select Indra, Varuna, even though they're pretending to be like Nala in the form of, in their look. But she knew who is the right person. So she married. Because of that, these demigods bit upset and they went back to the heavenly planet. There also some other these persons also want to marry. So they didn't have a Airavata to come quickly. So they were coming slowly. They said, oh, no. So their already marriage happened, no need to go. So some of them, having ghostly character, they came, then they wanted to give trouble. So what did they do? They came and entered into body of this Nala. So then made him to play a dice game, just like Dharmaraj played dice game with Shakuni. Similarly, they play, then they defeated one of the brothers of this Nala himself defeated, then he has to give up the kingdom. Even they try to entice this Nala, why don't you also put your wife in the betting? No, that he came to senses. No. So they left. So they left the forest. Now become poverty stricken. Correct? No more kingship. Everything gone. So they have to leave. Just like Dharmaraj and Pandavas left to Vanavasa. Similarly, he also left. But in the Vanavasa, he faced so many challenges, both of them. Whereas Pandavas' challenge is very minimal. Whereas here, this Nala Damayanti faced so many challenges. They hardly have cloth. They finally left with just one cloth. One will visit one time, other visit time. Then at one point there is no cloth at all. Then this Nala thought, my wife is undergoing so much of trouble. Maybe I just leave and run away. She will go back to her father's house and be happy. So he did that also. And then she did go back to the kingdom. Then later she discovered who is this Nala through various methods. But you can see here, she was so faithful. Oh, just because husband became poverty stricken, what happened these days? Oh, now they file for a divorce. So my husband is not fit to be. I married someone who is talented, who has a job, so who can take care of us. Now he no more. So they can file a divorce. So you can see, so she didn't consider leaving him, her husband, even though he became poverty stricken. So that is a chastity, that is a chaste wife. So these are great qualities of devotees. So even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appreciates such qualities. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antalela. So we have Adilela, Madhalela, Antalela. Even during Antalela, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself appreciated so much. So there we talk about, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talks about Pativarta. In fact, she considered such woman as a Shiromani, topmost chaste woman. So there, one of the verse in the Antalela, often Chaitanya Mahaprabhu repeats, is that he talks about a wife of a Brahmana, and this Brahmana was suffering from leprosy. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considered the wife of the Brahmana as the topmost chaste woman, because so this husband has some desire to enjoy with one prostitute. So what did she do? This fellow is already suffering from leprosy, but he wants to enjoy with a prostitute. So somehow make arrangement. So this Brahmana wife, wife of this Brahmana, she went and became a servant of that prostitute. She was such a nice servant. She said, okay, whatever you desire, I will fulfill you. She requested, can you please allow my husband to unite with you? She says, no problem. So this was a beautiful story in Markandeya Purana, in other Puranas also. Even Padma Purana also talks about this. So therefore, this wife, with her service, she took this her husband who has leprosy to satisfy the desire. Then she took and to the house of that prostitute. So there, obviously, this Brahmana, even though in leprosy, he understood how devoted his wife is. Then he became much more, sensible. So then, so he says, okay, let's go back. No union. So while going back, what happened? She was carrying him, leprosy. So at that time, somehow while carrying, night time, walking around in the forest, so on the pathway, you can also see other people walking as well. If this person is sleeping in that basket, leg outside, so what happened? Once this leg of this leprosy person, Brahmana, touched Markandeya Muni. And Markandeya Muni became very angry. He cursed just before the day sets. Just before sun appearance, your husband, this fellow will die. At that time, this chaste wife of this Brahmana, she was so chaste, so powerful. As a result, with chaste wives, she can get the power, mystic power, energy, whatever they say, they become true. She said, now so I command that Suryadev, don't appear. So now this is a difficult situation. Time is going, 1 day over, 2 days over, 24 hours, so many days over. Suryadev is not appearing. So at that time, three Murtis, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara, they came and they pacified her that, we will elongate your husband life. Not only that, he will come out of leprosy, he will become a nice devotee. So at that time she has withdrawn that command to the Suryadev. So then Suryadev appeared. You can see. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talks about how can I be a chaste like that to my Lord. In Sikshakshram, always Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that, I don't have any attraction to Supreme Lord. So he laments. But here he is remembering this. So let me be a Shiromani, chaste, just like this Brahmana woman. So let me be a chaste to Supreme Lord. Let me always remember His glory. Let me taste His holy name. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always used to remember this so much. Then this, who is chaste wife? Very nicely explained, even in Bhagavatam, Canto 6. Kashyapa Muni. Kashyapa Muni had many wives. The two principal ones are Aditi and Diti. So these were very perfect in serving their husband. So even Diti also. So Diti once she wanted to get a son who can kill Indra. Why kill Indra? Because she thinks because of Indra, her two great sons, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, were killed by Lord Vishnu. So therefore, let me get a son who can kill. Now, what to do? How can she get a son who is powerful enough? So therefore, she served her husband very nicely. So to an extent where this Kashyapa Muni became very pleased. She has actually attracted his mind completely. So very pleased with her. So then he tells her, you are a chaste woman. And of course, who is a chaste woman? One who accepts order of her husband. And she is devoted to her husband and serves her husband, worships her husband as representative of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is why sometimes we say, Patiye Paramatma. He is not Paramatma, representative of Paramatma. So see that representative of Paramatma should be served just like you serve Paramatma. Prabhupada says, Guru is the representative of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Guru is not a God, but Guru is the representative of Supreme Lord, and Guru should be served just like you serve Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is not that Guru is considering himself as a God, so he is accepting on behalf of Supreme Lord. So therefore, he should be respected, he should be served, he should be worshipped, just like we worship Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then, obviously, the Lord is pleased. So here, Supreme Personality of Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu consider one who is Dasanu, 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 Anudasa. He is the most dear, not the direct. So that is why we can't always claim that I am direct Dasa of Radha Vallabha. So we have to consider I am Dasa of other Dasas, assist others in serving. So this way we can please. So you can see, so Karda Muni tells her, so you are such a nice wife, very dutiful wife, very chaste wife, and you are serving. Therefore, I have to fulfill your request. So they can get whatever they desire fulfilled, which cannot be, in no way any unchaste wife can get. So this is the power and chastity. So very nicely explained, even in the context of this Puranjana. You heard about Puranjana story? So Puranjana was very addicted to sensual enjoyment. However, one day he went to forest to hunting. So there he killed so many animals, so many, all kinds of animals, birds, beasts, so many. Because of that, wife was very unhappy. She was just chaste. She doesn't want her husband to do any, impious activity. So she became very unhappy. She was a very good wife. So she became very unhappy when she came back. So she was very unhappy. So this wife, can be a source of intelligence, and she can protect you from the danger. So Prabhupada says in purport, there is no difference between a good wife and good intelligence. If you have a good wife, it is equivalent to good intelligence. Your intelligence, person has to be intelligent enough to, either in conducting material activities or the business or even conducting devotional service. Unless you are intelligent, you can't take up Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada says, the most intelligent person in material world will take bhakti path, Krishna consciousness. So don't assume that those who are devoted to the Supreme Lord, they are fools, they are uneducated. No, they are the most intelligent persons. Only they can take it. And here, having a good wife is like having a good intelligence. She can protect. In fact, a chaste wife is compared to the fort. When you have a kingdom, so let us say a capital city. So traditionally, around your capital city, there will be a fort. Correct? The fort to protect the kingdom from enemy. So enemies can, they can come and attack your kingdom. So if they can capture the king, it's like capturing everything, whole kingdom. So therefore, this king is protected by this fort, the big fort around that city. And fort is, managed very nicely. So there are armies, if not armies, some of the places, when there is a fort, around there will be a water body. In that water body, crocodiles will be there. Lots of crocodile. Because these enemies can jump into the water and come this side swimming. At that time, what will crocodile do? Crocodiles can eat their enemy. So crocodiles you can easily find around water body in fort. So the wife is compared to the fort. Just like fort protect the king from the enemies, similarly wife can protect the husband from all these arista vargas. What is arista vargas? Kama. Kama. So this lusty desire, lust can make anyone fall down. So she can give protection. Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Macharya, all these arista vargas, danger enemies can be protected by a wife. So having such good wife is equivalent of having good intelligence and the protection of dangers. In Kali Yuga, so we have danger, every step. Padam padam yad vipadam. This is what Bhagavatam says. Padam padam, every step there is a danger, vipadam. And we need to be protected. And someone who is married, and if that person has a chaste wife, that person will be protected from all the dangers. Source of good intelligence. So when the person is source of good intelligence, so then obviously this person will be devoted, then whatever he earns, he will be happy, because the chaste wife will be very happy with whatever you earn. Someday you may not earn anything, still she is happy. Someday there is nothing to eat, so she will still be happy. Is that possible? That is only possible if you have a chaste wife. If they are not fully devoted, how much ever you earn, you can't satisfy them. Even if you become king of this whole universe, they can't be happy. They want more. You are, only king of this universe. What about other universes? Go and conquer those also. I'll be the queen of all other universes. So like this, there is no end to their desire. So their desires are very much like number of waves in this ocean. You go ocean, you have so many waves. Keep on coming. Can we count? You try to satisfy, you count 1, 2, like this, endless. Similarly, you satisfy one desire. Okay, one day or half day or maybe 1 hour they are satisfied. Then new will come. Because now the YouTube is, people keep on spending time on YouTube. Then they see how to renovate a house. Today they say you renovate a bathroom like this. Okay, you renovate. And then after 1 month they will tell you differently. You renovate like this, you renovate like that. There is no end to renovation. That is why you walk around this Albert Park, you will see always renovation going on. They renovate, they block also the road, take permission from council, they block it, pay money. Then after 2 years again they will do renovation. Endlessly renovation. Because there is no end to it. So like that. That is not only that. So you see they will throw very nice tables, chairs outside on the green patch, you will see. Correct? So why? Because they are not satisfied. This chair is not, this is already, when was this made? 50 years ago. Prabhupada sat here. Why you have to sit on Prabhupada's one? Let's get new one. Like that. So keep on changing. There is no end to it. So this can happen in even in devotee community also. We have to be careful, not addicted to this new material things. Instead, if you get addicted to new things, Nava rasa of Krishna, that is better. So we may be saying Gauranitai, Radha Vallabha, Jagannatha Baladev every day. You might say, okay, I have seen him morning. What is there to see in the evening? There is no need of having darshan in the evening. I have seen him. Same thing. But one who is devoted, so they find Nava rasa, continuously new and new mellow. So every time you see a new beauty. Krishna is Nava rasa. It's not like the same Krishna. You go to Vaikuntha Loka, when you go to Goloka Vrindavan, there you don't think that, okay, I played with Krishna yesterday in that lake, tomorrow I don't need to go with him to the forest. There is nothing, same enjoyment, same thing. No. They are experiencing new rasa, every moment new. So if you enjoy certain moment, next moment is different. So if you drink some juice with Krishna, so this is the same taste, mango juice. No, I don't want. No. So next time when you drink, it is different taste. Unlimited, the taste is keep on increasing. So the association of Krishna is so intoxicating that it is endless. So once you get association of Krishna, develop love, there is no end. So the love is endless. So there is no limit to it. So that is why it is very important to develop those kind of love. Then later you will also see that one who has worshipped her husband with devotion, considering such person as a representative of Supreme Person of Godhead, so they can fulfill their desire that can't be easily fulfilled. So this is with example of Karda Muni and Dehavati. So as we discussed, Dehavati served Karda Muni so nicely and he was blessed by Supreme Lord. Now, so there was, husband is blessed by Supreme Lord. He became pure devotee, love of Godhead. So therefore he want to share his achievements with wife. So Karda Muni is also a chaste husband. Correct? So, now I have become very powerful like Indra. I don't need to be with this Dehavati. Because Dehavati was serving so much in the process, he also became very thin, lean. Her dress may be not as beautiful, she was focused fully on serving Kardamuni. And that is why Kardamuni was able to concentrate his all time on devotional service. So therefore, if some husband, some Prabhu, if they are serving very nicely in temple, that means the wife is very cooperative. Okay? So she should also deserve whatever achievement the husband has achieved equally. If not partially, if not equally, at least some partially. So it is such a service. So this Kardamuni was very impressed. So therefore, what did he do? Okay, she desired to get a son, like Lord Vishnu. So therefore, with his mystic power, he created a palace in the space. Just like these days we talk about space station, to space station people are going on a holiday. Sometimes they go for a holiday, then they can't come back, because to return you need to have a working system to come back. Rocket, that is not working, so you just stuck there without any food for 6 months. This happened also. So therefore, slowly people are now, we are got tired of doing tourism of Australia, tourism of Fiji, tourism of Timbuktu. We now want to tour space. There is nothing there, but but for that you have to spend millions and millions of dollars to go there. So if you are a millionaire, you can go there, but what is there? No enjoyment, but curiosity. People say, everybody is doing tourism of these places. Now I go to tour. Then when I come back to this earthly planet, people will consider me as a great person. Just a ego satisfaction, that's all. Even though you undergo all the bodily pains, so ego satisfaction. So here, in this case, Kardamuni created a space palace. So then, of course, he created beautiful lakes. So now, and also he created many maid servants for Devahuti. So when Devahuti took bath in that lake, she came out as a very beautiful, powerful personality, very beautiful. So she attracted mind of Kardamuni. Then as a result of that union, they produced Kapiladev. Lord himself has appeared as her son. Okay, you can see. So this is a very powerful transcendental person. So there are many songs also. There are various devotees have composed very beautiful songs appreciating the benefit of Pativarta. So if husband has achieved something, so wife is equally can get it. So in Kannada there is a song, Ganda Madida Punya Hendatige Samapalu. So whatever pious deeds and activities, achievement husband has achieved, equal portion goes to the wife. So therefore wife should, having a wife who is dutiful, very faithful, serving husband, don't have to feel anything that, my husband, recognized so much in the temple, recognized so much in the other places, so he is so much respected. What about me? Why should I be at home? Let me also go and work and get my own prestige. That happens. We have instances of the devotees, both husband and wife serving so nicely, very happily, finances are so good, everything good. Suddenly something gets into their head. Why should my husband work in the university, work in that office, work in this place? I also go and work. I will have my own income, my own money, my own bank balance. I can come out the way I want. I can buy whatever sari I want. Like that can come in. So this Maya is very powerful. Everything going, suddenly you see, sometime Mataji is engaged for 20 years in doing garland, suddenly they disappear for 1 year. Why? Because the desire to be, I am also self-made, I want to be self-made, I don't want to depend on husband. No, this is not a dependency. Actually, the wife who is serving, she is working more harder than the husband. Because of that only husband can do something. She is the source of power. Correct? If a person is getting succeeded, mainly because that person has a chaste wife. You can be richest person in the world only when if you have a chaste wife, otherwise you can't be. In the purport, Prabhupada says in other elsewhere, saying that when you have a chaste wife, then you will have a peace and happiness. If the woman is not trained to be a chaste, there won't be any peace or happiness in the society. If the society is peaceful and happiness, which means they have a chaste wife, devoted wife, they understand ups and downs of the world, and they're happy with, content with whatever is available. Otherwise, the danger. You see, we have many, even today, you see all the richest people, they have very chaste wife. At least during their stay with that husband. If they divorce, what can you do? Then these fellows will get another so-called temporary chaste wife. So we have many examples. So there are personalities who are the owners of big media channels, including the Australian newspaper. Sometimes they are already age of 92, 93, 94. At that time they want to marry another woman of 50 year or 40 year. So much of age gap. That desire doesn't end at all. But that is a fall down. But anyway, here, chastity is very important. Ganda madida punya, hendatige samapalu. Then, hendati madida punya, bari hendatige. So, whatever pious deed and activity wife does, all that pious credit, 100% goes to her only. No sharing with husband. So, therefore, if you just do one garland for Radha Vallabha, and whatever pious you get, it's all for you only. Clear? Yeah, so therefore it's a very powerful position to be wife. Then, of course, sometimes husband can do impious activity, papa. And can wife share that? No. So, ganda madida papa, bari ganda nige. So, whatever impious deed a husband does, that 100% to only husband. Whereas pious deeds, you have to share with wife. Next come. What about impious deed or offense or papa made by wife? What happens? So, hendati madida papa gandanige. So, whatever impious offense, whatever wife does, that everything goes to husband only. Understood? Yeah. So, wife will not share your papa, nor her papa, her impious deeds. She will not get, it will only come to the husband. So therefore, he says, Oh Lord Vitthala, so you are Ganda, I am your wife. So therefore, here in the Haridas he is saying that, Oh Supreme Lord, you are the husband, I am your wife. Very safe position, correct? Whatever little credit you do is for you, and whatever all the things husband does, at least half of that comes to you. Whatever papa you do, it goes back to the husband. And of course, his papa also stays with him. So, wife position is very prestigious actually. So, that's what Shiromani. So, the highest position actually. So, of course, equally, if there is a husband who is also dutiful, there is the best combination. So, just like Lord Sri Rama and Sita Mata. So, not only she is devoted, similarly like that. So, it is very, very important. So, even this Chanakya Pandit says, if you are in a house where neither you have a good mother nor good wife, there is no meaning staying in such a house. You better go to the Vana. Then you become sannyasi. Go to Vana, just become a sannyasi. So it's very important. So having a good mother is also important. Good mother means a mother who is chaste. If she is not chaste, it is a big difficulty for the children. So in the modern world, people are simply producing, enjoying sense gratification, having a baby, Varna Sankarna, then one day they do like that, then they go to another situation, then they do same thing. Like this, you don't know, first son is born to this fellow, second son born that fellow, now nobody's husband. What will happen to those children? Very dangerous situation. So that is why Chanakya Pandit says, that if you don't have a dutiful or a good wife or a good mother, you better leave the house and go to forest and take shelter of Supreme Lord, then make your life successful. So it's very, very important. So here, of course, at the young age, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has took sannyasa. Does it mean that he didn't have good wife or good mother? No. Sachi Mata was the best mother you can get. His wife, Vishnupriya, was the best wife you can get. At the young age, still Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left. So that's a different situation. So that means one can live also, but for higher purpose. Whereas other higher purpose is, because you are such a trouble, you better leave and go to forest and take shelter of Lord. So you can see this is the power of chaste wife. And on, there are many, many examples where such chaste wife are appreciated, and so whatever they say, it becomes true. We have seen with the examples that we discussed so far. And so they please the Lord, they please the devatas, and obviously they please husband also. So in such situation, the society will be happy, and of course the family life, grahastha will also be happy. Now coming to, so this Ashwini Kumar is very pleased, and they are appreciating her, Pativarte qualities, and therefore, see, they told, okay, here is your husband. Now after that, what did they do? They just took permission. They said, Rishi, Amartena Yayur. They said, Amartena, okay, we just want to leave now. We want to go back to our heavenly planet. So they are asking permission of this Rishimuni. So how did they want to go? They want to go in their aeroplane. And where they want to go? They want to go back to their heavenly planet. And what are those heavenly planets? In the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, in the Canto 5, you study very nicely. We are in the middle planet, Bhumi, this earth. Then there are down hellish planet, we say. But among hellish planet, there are some planet like Sutala. They are like better than heavenly planet in terms of comfort. Then of course, now going back to upper planet systems, they are more and more heavenly. So usually in our solar system, we talk about, for example, Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Neptune, Pluto, Saturn, like this, all these planets are there. So these, the first 7, they are called as sort of heavenly planets. Moon planet, heavenly planet. So they had their own aeroplane, went back to their heavenly planet. But these days, we are also trying to imitate. And we know that regularly different countries are having a plan, like Chandrayana. America did, Russia did, China did, and India also, no less, they also did. They went to Chandrayana. Then now they talk about Mangalayana, going to Mars planet. But for that, can't we go in this body? We can, but you have to subject it to so many conditions. You want to go there, you have to invest so much of money to build a rocket, and we are not sure whether we went to moon planet, but went to a planet where there is a desert. Yeah, so here in this case, so these Ashwini Kumaras, obviously they are devatas, so they have their own vimana, so they went back to heavenly planet. Then, so there in heavenly planet, when they went back, later you will see, okay, Ashwini Kumaras went, and one day, so they were also given this Somarasa. We went back to heavenly planet, Somarasa is given to them, but they are not qualified, and people are giving them. So Indra surprised, what is this? These are, low caste, low class, and they are also getting Somarasa like me. So he became very angry. Then he found that this Chavana Muni is performing yajna, because of that he is getting. So immediately he took his, his weapon. He is about to throw on the Chavana Muni. The Chavana Muni is also no less. So using his power of Astasiddhi, he has paralyzed the hand of Indradev. Indra was about to spend his the thunderbolt, about to throw on this Muni to kill him. So, but because paralyzed, he can't even throw. Just stuck there. You can see. So the fulfilled. Chavana Muni is also fulfilled. So you can see when they went back. So he says. So later you will see in the later verses explain more depth about the situation. But you can see the Muni has also fulfilled whatever Pamiji made. Then the Swami Kumars are happy. Then this wife Sukanya got back her husband, who is as powerful, as effulgent as sun, young. So that is thanks to the chastity. So Pativarte. Then you can see like this we have full of stories. Then simple. So this book and the previous verse, previous canto, they were describing various Manus and their children and dynasty, very detailed. Only few are picked up. Even the previous, the other king, they had hundreds of daughters, hundreds of those. But why is he into Śrīmad Bhāgavatam? Demonstrating her chastity and inspiring us to derive some inspiration from this story. So how important to follow the Vedic culture, how important to be a dutiful wife. So this way you will be happy, the family will be happy, and the society will be happy. The goal of life is to be happy. And this such a wife is a good intelligence, and because of her, together they will be serving Supreme Lord. Then together they will achieve higher success. Dampatis, couples can achieve success very easily. You might be a sannyasi, it may be very challenging for a sannyasi to achieve the favor of Supreme Lord. But whereas for this grahasthas, it is very easy. So plus they will be happy here, happy there. Okay, so with that let me stop here. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Time for prasad already, 9:10. So thank you. Grantharaj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki.